Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a very simple short brown nude and gold set. So the first thing I am doing is pushing back the cuticles pushing back the eponychium to be able to expose the cuticle. Okay, you guys, now I am using my fine grit sanding band, and I have my e-file on maybe 3,000 RPMs, and I am lightly buffing the top of the nail to remove the shine. I usually work my way around the cuticle first, and then I'll lightly buff over the top. You do not want to work too hard on this part. It's really just lightly buffing it, removing the shine, just making sure the whole nail plate is white. Next, I am applying my nail tips, making sure that they are fitting exactly from sidewall to sidewall. You do not want to apply nail tips that are too small, because eventually, over time, they will lift. It doesn't matter what prep work you did, how good you sit around the cuticle area, what primer you use. Eventually, the pressure will, lift. It will push through that enhancement. So, yeah, just make sure that you are applying nail tips that are fitting exact. So if you feel that they're too small, just go up a size and file down on the sides and make it fit that way. So if you are applying a nail tip and you have to apply pressure and you have to push down on that nail tip in order for it to fit from sidewall to sidewall, then most likely you are applying a nail tip that is too small. So just go up to the next size and either use some scissors, use a hand file, or use some straight edge nail clippers just to bring it in some to be able to fit that nail that you're trying to put the nail tip on. What I'm doing now is taking my straight edge nail clipper and pre-shaping my nail tips to the coffin shape to be able to reduce filing time. Now I am filing the nails into the coffin shape to sharpen it up a bit. You should just want to, when you're filing, you just want to make sure you keep your client's fingers straight. Make sure you keep your file very straight. Make sure you keep your elbows in and closer to your side. That way you'll be able to, it'll kind of guide you to keep your file straight. Whenever you're filing in any shape, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you have control of your file. You do not want to have a file that is bendy and loose, because it will not give you the shape that you want unless you just really strain out your wrist trying to keep everything straight. So just make sure you're just keeping your file straight, and make sure that you're filing on each side, stopping and looking to make sure you're not, getting carried away. So if you file 3 times on one side, go and file 3 times on the other side, and just stop and take a look at your shape, so. And then once you finish, you can just try and look at both hands to make sure that all the nails are still the same size and the same shape. So you always want to stop and look, because nowadays shape is very important. Now I am blending out the nail tips for a more smoother application. Okay, now I am applying my dehydrator and primer. I use 81% alcohol for my dehydrator. I don't use anything else, and I have been using it for a while now, and it works pretty well. I mean, I haven't used anything else. I used ASP in the beginning from Sally's, and it worked really, really well, but I just started using alcohol after that, since I just found out that it works just as good. So yeah, after that I use my primer. Now I am putting down a very thin layer of clear acrylic, just because I am using colored acrylic. So whenever my client comes back and she decides that she wants to get a different colored acrylic, or if she just wants a feel in a new design, which is a new colored acrylic or something like that, I can just file down to that clear base and start from there, instead of soaking off and doing a whole new set, just going through that whole process. So I strongly suggest, if you're using colored acrylic, you should lay down a very thin layer of clear acrylic first. Okay, you guys, I am using Luxury Nails and Supplies in the color Caramel. I really love her colors. She has a variety of colors. And what I also love about shopping with her is she has these little small samples of colored acrylic that'll run you about $2.50 just to be able to test things out. I mean, yeah, I just really love her colors. Like, if you see me using any colored acrylics on this channel, most likely it is going to be Luxury Nails and Supplies. So yeah, go shop with her. Check her out. She's on Facebook. I think she's only on Facebook, maybe on Instagram, but I don't know what the name is on Instagram. So I strongly suggest you go check her out and go try some of her samples, so you can be able to, see if you like it or not. But I'm sure you will. But yeah, go holler at her and let her know that your girl D sent you. Okay, you guys, here what I wanted to do was kind of like a tie-dye nail. Just put different color browns on it just to see how it looks. And I honestly thought it came out really, really cute. So what you want to do is just work with very wet beads and just try to pat it in. Don't use any swiping motions because you'll kind of like, you'll mess it up. So really just work in patting motions here with really wet beads and just make sure that you're wiping the sides. Okay, now what I am doing is going back in and encapsulating my color just to protect my colored acrylic and my nail design. Okay, now I am going back in to redefine my shape back into the coffin shape, because as you know, sometimes when you put acrylic down, it expands and will take away from the shape. So you definitely want to go back in and sharpen the shape back up, making sure to keep your client's fingers straight, keep your file straight, and keep your elbows in and close to your side, and that'll help you with keeping your file pretty straight. Okay, now I am going around the cuticle, making sure that I'm working all the way around the cuticle. I really love this cuticle bit because it helps me get that natural look that I be going for. So yeah, I really love this. I found this on Amazon. I will try and link it below if I can remember to. But yes, this step is very important. This is the key to long-lasting nails. If you can just really get around that cuticle area, making sure that the product is very thin and flushed near that cuticle area. And you just want to make sure that there is no product touching the skin. If you feel that you have product after you have wiped around it and everything, you still feel that you have product near the cuticle area, then just go in and gently push back the cuticles a little bit more so that you know that no product is on the cuticle area, because if you have any product there, eventually there's some moisture that is going to get in between there and cause the nails to lift. So please pay attention to this step, but don't apply too much pressure when you're using the e-file, because you do not want to burn the client. You do not want to create that ring of fire. So yeah, just be extra careful, but focus more on this area, making sure that you are really getting around that cuticle area and sealing really good. Okay, you guys, here what I wanted to do is kind of do some gold lines, and what I did was use some transfer foils. And you know that I just don't ever do good with transfer foils. It came out good, but it was still kind of blotchy to me, but I didn't mind. It still turned out really pretty. So yeah, that's all I did was use my liner brush or striping brush and just create the lines, and then I cured it for 2 minutes, and then I went over and patted with the transfer foil. And after that, I just applied my gel top coat, and then applied a few crystals to the nail, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, I think this set came out really gorgeous. It looks really, really beautiful. I love how the gold sits off the brown. It's just super gorgeous. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.